Welcome, everybody, to Casting for Two, the podcast, as always, hosted by me, Chris. Welcome, everybody, to episode number 334. I have a great guest for you guys today. But first, you know I always got to talk that shop in that talk. If you would like to follow me online and chat with me, you could do that on my social accounts. Both Instagram and Twitter is at Casting for Two. Or, however you're listening to this, whether it's on the website, castingfor2.com, or it's iTunes, Google Play Music, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Radio Public, any way that you're listening to this. If you want to do me a favor and leave me a review, that would really help me out. And I would super appreciate it. And you know what? Maybe during the intro, I might read one if it's really good or really funny, either or. But yeah, do that. And yeah, so like I said earlier, I have a wonderful guest for today, Caitlin Carver. She needs no introduction because this is her fourth time on the podcast. Last year, she made a comment that, I should have her on as a guest every year. And you know what? You don't want to say stuff like that around me because I'm going to remember it and I'm going to hold you to it. And honestly, Caitlin Carver is one of the best people I have had on the podcast, and I love chatting with her. And I think she's just a wonderful person and a wonderful actor, and I'm so happy that she made that deal. But you know what? We got to get into this episode, all right? So sit back, relax, and Chris, cue the music, please. But how are you doing?
I'm great. I am doing great.
Yeah, this is fun because we're really in uncharted territory.
Yeah.
Normally I like to get the get to know yous out of the way. But this is your fourth episode.
Is it my fourth?
This is your fourth time.
Oh my God. Why do I keep doing this? Just kidding.
If as much as I enjoyed talking to you, if you just hung up right now, I would just be like, "Wow, that is awesome."
No, I'm here. I told you last year we got to do it every year, so.
Yeah, and there's only 3 people in the podcast history to do 4 times or more.
Really?
And you're one of those 3 now.
Is this on your channel?
Yes, on mine.
Okay.
No, you're the only person in the world to do more than 4 podcasts.
That would be pretty cool. Also, do you hear my email notifications when they come up?
I heard like a underwater thing.
Oh.
I don't know if I'm having a stroke or
maybe. No,
right.
It's my email, and I don't know how to turn the noise off for it.
That's okay.
Okay.
I mean, we can also we'll integrate a drinking game every time you get an email. You take a shot.
Great, love it. I'm here.
There we go. So what? It's like you said, it's been a year since we last chatted. What's going on? What's going on?
Are we recording?
Of course.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
What's going on? Well,
Yeah.
I just planted some sunflowers
Mm.
and picked some fruit from my tree.
Oh my God. What a total Californian. Let me just
How
tell you
old do I sound right now?
that. Well, now,
Um,
why sunflowers?
um, I'm not really sure. There's just this
Okay.
area in my backyard that I thought that they would look really pretty. And so I planted about 5 different locations of them, and they're supposed to like keep growing and stuff. We'll see. I've never had like a super big green thumb,
Hmm.
but I'm giving it a go. I'm also growing cucumbers and watermelon and kale,
Mm.
which is all the most random stuff. But
Right.
yeah, I just have a really nice backyard, and I was like, I don't take advantage of this, so now I'm trying to get better about it.
Okay. And it's like for I'm obsessed with the idea of growing a bonsai tree.
Oh my God, me too. I
Yeah.
just went to this place last week. I had a meeting at a garden, which sounds really weird, but I met this incredible director and he was like, "Do you want to get lunch somewhere? Or, like, this is really random, but we can go to the Huntington Gardens in
Uh-huh.
Pasadena because he has a membership there." And I was like, that actually sounds great to just walk around with the director and not just sit with food and coffee and just talk about work and projects.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we walked around and there was this whole bonsai section and I became obsessed with them. I think it's the coolest thing ever.
I got my mom a, bonsai starter kit for Christmas,
Oh, cool. How's it
and
now?
it's still in the box, so pretty
Oh,
good.
okay, good. At least she hasn't destroyed it yet.
Right? But partly why I got it was so that, if because it comes with a bunch of seeds, so if it goes well for her, I can be like, let me just do this myself.
Yeah, let me try it myself. I know.
Yeah.
I think they're so cool. I'm not sure if I'd be good at that, but I'm really fascinated by them.
Right. It does take a particular person with, the skill of not bringing death to life, and I'm not saying you have that. I think I bring death wherever I go. So
Oh God.
that's, the fourth chat is the darkest of them all. I'm just gonna
It,
say
it
that.
it seems like it so far.
How many pets have you had in your entire life? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
That's dark.
I was gonna actually answer it.
No, that's too dark.
You know what's interesting? I'd love to hear like from the beginning, like 4 years ago until this moment, and how
Yeah.
different we both sound.
I could tell you a bit about our first chat. Was I
I
was trying
remember
to
Missy Elliott or something was on.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was trying to convince you to take a scooter that somebody was going to give you.
Oh my gosh. I don't even remember that.
Yeah, I it's not that I remember dumb things, but my mind picks up, like math, history, no, scooters, yes.
That's the important part of life. Scooter.
Exactly, scooters, yeah, and scootering. Have you ever used one of those rentable scooters on the streets that are
The electric ones?
Yeah.
Yes. I just did it on Friday night. My friend had a birthday party downtown at this arcade bar, and my
Hmm.
boyfriend and I went to dinner before, and we had to kind of park a little bit further away from the bar than we were planning on, and so we were like, let's just ride. They're called Birds, which
Yeah.
now they have Lyft ones and different brands, but we were like, let's just bird to the bar from the restaurant. So we birded like for 8 minutes to this bar, and then we birded back to the car.
There we go.
It was
It's
pretty fun.
I when they first started coming out, I honestly just had no idea what was going on. Just because I mean, I live in the suburbs, so there's no scooters where I'm at. But when I went to Austin, that's when everyone was using them, and everyone was falling and
Oh, yeah.
cracking heads and stuff like that. And I was just, oh,
I think they're pretty dangerous. They did start a new rule where I don't know if it's 11 p.m. or 12 a.m. There's a certain time where they shut them all down, so you actually
mm,
can't ride them, which I think is really smart because I think a lot of drunk
right,
people are probably riding them home at the end of the night because they're not in a car. But I mean, it's pretty dangerous. The only reason why we chose to do it was because it was kind of through all these alleyways, so it felt like a little bit safer than being on a main street. But They
Right.
kind of scare me, I'm not gonna lie, but they are very fun.
Well, and then it kind of like the old man in me is just like, where's my helmet? Like, I need a helmet if I'm
Oh
gonna
yeah,
get on this.
I know. But like,
But
are we supposed to carry helmets around? You know?
yes, what you don't?
I guess I'll just wear one on my head at all times.
There we go. I mean, you're just being safe. There's nothing wrong with
Yeah,
that.
exactly. You know.
Uh, so I'm curious. I was as we were, or before the conversation was going to start. I was just crap. I have to think of a lot of different questions to ask.
Okay.
And I'm curious, let's say you're feeling blue, you're feeling down. It's one of those days, do you have a specific YouTube video that you like to watch to cheer you up?
Oh my God.
Or let's say Netflix show.
Well, actually, I was just watching this morning, which I don't know that this could imply to all people, and it's really not that funny, but I love watching the actors roundtables
Mm-hmm.
on Hollywood Reporter or Variety. I just get so
Yeah.
fascinated by them. But as for like funny things that could just cheer me up, um, honestly, if you just watch the Baby Shark video,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know that song, and
Yeah.
you'll just be happy that you're not in that video.
So you watch that thinking, wow, I'm not in this video. I'm happy now.
Thank God.
Oh, wow.
That's
Okay.
a joke. Um, I really like watching the Great British Bake Off.
Mm.
I love cooking and baking, and they all have British accents, which just makes me feel better. I can't really think of something that's like distinct, but I watch the Great British Bake Off
Okay.
all
Okay.
the time, and yeah,
Does part of you wish that you were British for the accent?
yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
How are you with accents?
Not great.
Not great. Okay.
I can do a Southern accent, obviously, because I'm
Yeah.
from Alabama, but you know what it is? Like I actually auditioned for something with a British accent, but I get all of the accents confused because I love Game of Thrones, but
Mm.
like Sophie Turner, her accent is a lot different than like Amelia Clark. They
Hmm.
come, I don't know if those are the perfect examples, but like Sophie Turner, I feel like has more of this like deep, grungy British accent, and then you have like the proper British, and I never really know how to go about it. But no, I'm not great with accents. I wish I was.
It's so funny that you have shows like Game of Thrones or even like the Lord of the Rings series. Anytime they need to depict like fantasy and mythicalness, it's just let's cast somebody with a British accent.
Right, right. That is pretty funny, actually. All of those things, like Star Wars is like that, right?
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
characters,
a little bit, yeah, a little bit.
but aren't the new? Maybe not. No, no. I think I just made that up.
Well, no,
Isn't Daisy Ridley British and talks British in it?
who?
Daisy Ridley, Ray.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. She actually is. Yes.
Okay.
Oh
I was
well.
literally only thinking of her, and then I remembered there's like Han Solo, who is very much American, and
Well, I mean, when they were first shooting the movies, they filmed in the UK.
oh,
So they just got a bunch of actors from there. So
oh, groovy.
yeah, there you go. But yeah, and so has you had or done any exciting projects so far
This since the last time I talked to you?
since the last time? Well, since last time, what was it?
I don't really know.
I can't. Yeah, I can't. I know it was post. I Tanya.
Oh, right, 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 right. So I just finished the third season of Dear White People, which I was
Mm.
doing for 3 months.
Hmm.
And it was really wonderful. My character recurs in the first and second season, but it's a very minor recurring role. But I just loved being around those people and working with them. And then this season, they like really gave my character a lot, so I'm extremely excited about it. It was some pretty intense stuff, so my mind was like all consumed in that world up until I guess we finished in like April.
Oh, okay.
And then just kind of like relaxed after. And then I did A film with actually my friend who's in I, Tanya, directed his first film, Paul Walter Hauser, and he
Mhm.
also stars in it, and he had me star in it with him, which was really cool. And then I did another project with a really talented actor named Tony Revolori.
Mhm.
He's in the Grand Budapest Hotel as
Oh,
Zero,
okay.
which is one of my favorite movies. And it just happened like really quick. He was also directing his first film. So I've just been doing some really cool projects, like more creative things that I'm really happy about. But yeah, Dear White People, it's going to premiere August 3rd. So yeah.
Okay, nice. Yeah, because I remember last time you were doing shorts, or like so you had
Yeah.
a short film premiering.
Yes. The director of that asked me to do another, I would call it a short because it's not a full feature, but it was like 40 pages. She shot it up in New York and I think that was November when I went there,
Mm.
or maybe December. And she had me star in that as well, which was a lot of fun. And so that one, I guess, will go to film festivals now. But yeah, I just feel like I've been doing like really creative stuff. And then I obviously got to go back to Dear White People, which was so wonderful.
Nice, nice. And so, as far as you were mentioning how your character in Dear White People's a lot bigger than it has been in the other seasons. Was there something that you were able to bring after working on, a lot of these projects to, the next project?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm always learning stuff. The reason why I love doing like short films or indie movies, like really low budget stuff, is that I always feel extremely comfortable to explore myself as an artist.
Hmm.
That's probably why I do so much of them. Like, especially if they're good scripts, I don't see anything wrong with turning them down. Um, so yeah, I feel like I get to really explore and like learn things that I don't always have the chance to when you're on a big production. And there's, 100 people who have control over the set and want things to go the way that they need it to go. But as for like the storyline for this season of Dear White People, I don't really think I can say anything, but I hadn't really played around with the scenario that happened. So I had
Hmm.
to really like, you know, do a lot of emotional research and really dig deep into uh trying
Yeah.
not to like give away anything.
Yeah, yeah. No, no, don't give away. I don't want Netflix
No,
hounding me again.
yeah, it was pretty intense, but also the season. I mean, Dear White People is so funny to me, and the way that they do the show is just so incredible, and it's a really relatable show for a lot of people, and I think that also will exist in this season, but it definitely is different from the first and second season. So I'm curious what people think about it. I really love where the scripts have gone for the third season. Um, and yeah, all I can say is that it is quite a bit different than
Mm.
our previous seasons, but it will be very exciting once it finally comes out and then I can talk about it.
And where do you shoot that show?
We shoot it in Sun Valley, which is really random. It's basically like one studio, so like we're the only show that shoots there. And then I think in our off season, I want to say some Hulu show shoots there.
Mm.
I'm not entirely sure what it is. But there's 3 stages in there, so we shoot up there. It's like kind of near North Hollywood, and
Mm.
then we do exteriors at UCLA and somewhere in Pasadena. There's like another art school or something in Pasadena where we do some exteriors.
Okay. How important for you is it to like do you like set work or do you like on location work more?
Ooh. I think set work is a little bit more comfortable. Like you have all your stuff there. Your trailer's always in the same spot. The makeup
Right.
trailer's always in the same spot. You know where Crafty is. You know where the food is. So it just feels a little bit of a safer, more comfortable environment. And also too, like when you're on set, you can go to your trailer and relax very easily because you're right beside it. Um,
Right.
when you're on location, sometimes you'll have to like shuttle to where you're filming and then you won't have time to go to your trailer in between setups. So you have to just sit in a chair in a room. So I'd probably say sets, but I also love being outside. And as for Dear White People, like most of when we do on location, it's majority of the time outside. And I like being out in fresh air. Not that California has very fresh air or LA. But yeah, it just varies. Probably set like being on at a studio though. I think that's a little bit more comfortable for me.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I've definitely been. Well, I haven't done too much set stuff. It's all been pretty much location.
Yeah.
Just because we're cheap or we're doing guerrilla or what have you, and yeah, it's demanding
Right.
sometimes.
But I will say I do love shooting. Like if I'm working on a film, I prefer it to be out of the state and not at a studio or anything.
Hmm.
Um, I think it's way more fun to just like I did a movie in Mississippi in the middle of nowhere, and it was honestly the most fun I've ever had. I mean, the movie's not great, but it was so fun to just be in the middle of nowhere and like we just had the best time and we were always on location. Like there's not a studio and I think we were in Biloxi or like right outside
Mm.
of Biloxi. There's not a studio down there. So we would just go to random locations and shoot. And I thought it was so much fun.
Yeah, and you probably get a stronger bond between everyone.
100%. Yeah. And I think it helps that I was working with like really cool, great people. So we would just hang out all the time. And yeah, it was amazing.
What now? I'm going to ask you a flip side, and
Mhm.
I hope you're ready.
I think,
What what is the worst part about filmmaking?
oh God. Uh, Can't really think of anything. I guess like one thing that comes to mind is, maybe I won't say that. Sorry, that was my email again.
Okay, yeah, that is like an Aquaman style alert.
I'm gonna try to log out of my email. So weird.
I mean, it's okay.
The worst part. I mean, I was gonna say like waking up early. Like I'll have call
Mm,
times that are like 5:12 in the morning, and I live a little bit outside of LA now. I kind of moved to the suburbs, and that's a little bit brutal because I'll have to leave at like 4:40.
hmm
So that can be a little bit hard, but I'm also a morning person, so that's
mm.
really not that bad for me. I normally wake up at like 6:30 or 7 anyway. So
That's right, because you go to sleep at a reasonable time, right?
I go to sleep at like 10.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's very hard for me to be awake past that. Although I
Eh,
have gotten better recently. I've been staying up till like 10:30, 10:40.
Ooh, ooh.
Yeah, things are getting crazy over here.
And have you always been like that, even when you were a kid?
Yeah, my
Okay.
entire life. Like even waking up for school, it was always so easy for me and I never really had problems. Yeah. And I
Okay.
just went to sleep early. I don't know. I just love to sleep, but I don't like to sleep all day. Like if the sun's out, I need to be up.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm also like a huge coffee drinker, and so I think I like just waking up and having my coffee and just relaxing for a little bit.
So, okay. So, coffee drinkers fascinate me.
Really?
Is Oh yeah, I've never had a cup of coffee.
What?
Yeah, I'm 31 and I've never had a cup of coffee.
Well, I would suggest not starting because it is
Oh,
very hard to stop.
I mean, yeah, no problem there. I have no need to start, but like, what is your ideal cup of coffee?
Um, it really just depends on the mood that I'm in. I use my Nespresso machine a lot, and I have like a milk frother, so I'll do like some oat milk or almond milk in that, and then just like a shot or two of espresso.
Hmm.
But sometimes I just love like black coffee. I love Intelligentsia. It's a place in LA. They have really great coffee. Like a pour over. So you just grind your beans as you go and then you
Mm.
put it in with the hot water and let it sit for a little bit. And then, yeah. Um, Yeah, it's either like black or like espresso shots with milk added. I don't
Okay.
really like a lot of like sweet coffee or anything.
You're not part of this pumpkin spice craze that happens once a year.
Well, I
Oh, here we go.
have a little bit.
Here we go.
I'll
I
go,
knew it.
I'll go like once or twice during the season, but I definitely have to go get some kind of pumpkin drink. But I only get one pump of pumpkin. I think normally they put like six pumps and it's like absurdly sweet. But I'm not one of those like girly coffee drinkers. Like I don't go to Starbucks and get a latte. I go to Starbucks and get a black cold brew.
Mm.
Um,
Okay.
yeah. But for me, it's just like having that time in the morning to just like drink something warm that has caffeine and just sit and like I always get all my work done in the morning. So like if I need to read a script or work on something for the day, I always do it in the morning. If I try to do something at night, I'll fall asleep.
Mhm.
It's really weird.
No, I get that. I get that. I think the whole reason why I'm just not a coffee drinker was my dad, growing up and to this day, he was like the two pot a day kind of guy,
Yeah.
and it was just something that I was never interested in.
Yeah, I try to only do one a day now. I used to drink like three a day, and I was realizing that I wasn't drinking any water at all, and I was extremely
Mm.
good. And I had this really weird like health scare, but it ended up being just that I was extremely dehydrated. And so now I only do one, maybe two in the morning, one and a half probably. And then that's it. And then I'll just drink water the rest of the day.
Yeah, I've always felt like sometimes if I like, okay, I gotta go. I'll pick up like a sugar-free Red Bull and I'll chug that. But then after that, the rest of the day, it's all water.
Yeah, yeah,
I try to supplement the caffeine with the water.
which is very smart to do.
When I wake up, I usually just sit up in bed and chug my glass of water that I leave.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, no, yes.
No, yeah.
No, maybe.
Okay.
No. But yeah, no, it's just because, I wake up thirsty, so.
Yeah, I do too. And then I go get coffee so I can still be thirsty.
And again, I don't have to keep saying last time I talked, but last time we talked, you were working on your writing.
Yeah,
How's that going?
it's been really great, actually. I think um I don't remember what exactly I was writing last year.
Yeah, you said it was Christmas.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So we just sent that over to someone who's supposedly reading it this week, which is really cool. It's a pretty big company that hopefully they'll be interested. Yeah, my guy friend and I were basically like brother and sister, and we just had this random idea and we wrote it, and then we had a table read for it with this acting class and made some notes, and then we had another table read over Christmas with at the same acting studio but a different class.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a few notes after that we changed, and we gave it to this writer who's written a couple films for Netflix, and he gave us some notes. And so now, as of like April, I believe, we're like locked in with the draft, and I think we're pretty set on where it's at and don't really have any changes to make. It's just a matter of like, we kind of put it on the shelf for a little bit after April, up until literally last week when someone called me about it. But it's just one of those things where like, honestly, we wrote the most expensive movie we could have written.
Right.
Part, but I just had this idea based on like a recurring dream that I used to have when I was little, and we decided to write it. And for some reason, like, I guess for me, like when I normally write stuff, I write characters that I want to play that a lot of people don't see me playing.
Mm-hmm.
Because unfortunately, like people aren't very creative. Like they see me and they think of me as one thing, but I know what I'm capable of doing. So I always write like characters that I want to play and stories that I want to tell. But this was the first time that my friend and I wrote this Christmas movie that neither of us have roles in the movie we could play. It was literally us just doing this as writers.
Yeah.
And I just feel like because it's so expensive, one of us needs to like have a bigger following or someone, we need to be able to like be taken a little bit more seriously.
Right.
So we kind of just put it on the shelf for a little bit, but yeah, my agent read it a while back and reached out last week because he had lunch with this lady from, I won't say what company, but this big company, and she was saying what kind of scripts they're looking for, and so I think they're reading it this week, which would be really cool.
Nice.
Honestly, like we're just kind of those people. We're like, we don't need to produce it or anything. Like if you just buy the script, we'll give you all of it. You can change it however you want. It was just like us, my friend and I just, we were both feeling a little bit like uncreative with the jobs that we were getting and like the projects we were working on. And we just kind of wanted like an escape from all the craziness of Hollywood. So we would just write together. Sorry, that was my
All right. No, it doesn't matter. Everyone take a drink.
text.
Take a shot.
But yeah, so that's been good. And then I think I'm going to shoot this short film pretty soon. I have all the locations except for one, and that's been kind of the hardest part of it is finding this one location. But yeah, it's a really, really cool script. It's set in like 2007. It's not really based on like my life in middle school and high school, but it's about this 17-year-old girl who, her life's kind of all over the place and her mom isn't really raising her as a parent should. And her mom's just kind of like obsessed with the men who are in her life in that moment. And so this girl really like escapes reality through her dance studio and all of her dance friends. And I just like growing up, the bond that I had with my dance friends was so special because dance is a form of like expressing your emotions. And so you get really, really connected with the people that you're doing that around, especially at that age when like your brain is developing and you're just like kind of turning into an adult. And I just will never forget like the bond I had with my dance friends growing up. And so I really wanted to make a movie that was sort of focused on that. It's only like 11 pages, but it's a really cute script. I love it so much. And I think we're going to try to shoot it. We were hoping for July, but we just have to figure out this one location if it's going to be free.
And I'm assuming it's something you wrote.
Yeah, I wrote it, and then I'm not going to direct it because I want to play the girl, and also like I feel like I'm kind of pushing the 17 line, so I want to like get it done pretty soon before I look like I'm 40.
Oh, jeez.
I still get like teenager auditions, so people are still bringing me in for that, but I think it's becoming a little bit less believable for me personally because my brain, I have a hard time going to that 17-year-old mind.
Right.
And so this is just something that like I have wanted to do for a long time is make this movie about this dance team and their bond. And I want to do it soon. But yeah, I think one of my friends is going to direct it. I wrote it, I'll star in it. And then I have like a couple people in mind that are also going to star in it with me. But yeah, I'm super excited about it.
And has that opened the door for? I know you're talking about directing, but doing more behind the camera. Like, would you want to direct something?
I would love to. I don't want to direct myself though. At least not right now. Maybe later on in the future. But my first thing I'd want to direct, I would love to direct something that involves dance. Like this would probably be the perfect project for me to direct, but I don't feel comfortable enough starring in something and trying to direct it. But yeah, eventually one day I would love to. I think it'd be super fun. I try to like learn about all aspects of filmmaking, just because like, I don't know, this past year I've just like realized that I really like life and everything. I think I was so caught up in like, I can only be an actor. I only can do things that involve acting. And I wasn't really living my life as full as I could have been. And now I'm like finding all these interests and last year I started writing a lot and just like reading books about directing and watching. I do this thing called Masterclass. I like have been cooking a lot, like farm to table stuff and just like finding so many different interests that aren't just acting. I mean, acting is always going to be my priority and the thing that I love, but I was just realizing that I wasn't really living my life as full as I could have been, if that makes sense.
No, yeah, it totally does. And back in the day, there was always Okay, you're an actor. Okay, you're a director. Okay, you're a writer. Okay, you act for TV. And, there were these branches that go off nowadays. If you want to do whatever you want, I mean, you fully have that power to do
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that you learn more and can bring more to your work as an actor when you live your life outside of it because
Mhm.
you experience things. Um, but yeah, that's been like a really cool thing this year is like, I don't know. I mean, my sister's having a baby. And so I feel like a couple years ago, like when I was probably when I first started talking to you, I'm assuming that's when The Fosters was on
Yes.
or when I was doing The Fosters. Okay, so that was like my first um, show really to be on. I think I had like guest starred on another show, but that was like my first big thing. And at that moment in my life, I thought that I could only focus on acting because that's how you were successful,
Right.
which is completely opposite of the truth of that. It's like, I don't know. I just feel like there's so much more in life. And back then I would have, sorry, I'm like talking in circles, but I get really worked up about this topic because it's
No,
been
no, go
a huge
ahead.
story for me. But back then, like, if my sister were to have a baby shower, I would have been like, well, I don't know if I should go home because I might have an audition. And
Right.
this was my mindset constantly. And now I'm like, no, this is her first baby. This is never going to happen again. I'm going home. I'm throwing her the shower. If an audition comes through, tell him to fuck off. That's like, I don't know. And it's just been so great to think that way. And also I switched up reps and that has been like so wonderful for me because my new managers, I love my old manager to death. We just, it was time to kind of switch up things. And my new managers really encouraged me like living my life and just not like to not think about only acting and that is like your only way of existing. I don't know. There's just so much more than that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Something happens when you reach a threshold when things that were important to you just really aren't.
Yeah.
It's just uh, I love cameras. I love film and taking photos and all that good stuff. Back in the day, it was hand Chris the camera because he's going to capture all these memories. And now that I'm older, I'll bring a camera with me. But I think the best part is just putting the camera down and just looking at everything and just, yeah, I'll remember
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, of course. No, I think it's great. And I mean that for me, like it doesn't take anything away from acting. Like I will always love them more than most things in my life. And I still like every day will do something that involves being an actor. And um, I still love every bit of it. But I think I was just missing that quality of life of like going out and planting sunflowers. Like what? It's so fascinating to me. And I'm like, oh, maybe I'll play a gardener in a TV show.
All right.
Now I know how to do it for when that comes.
Exactly. You're not going to look like one of these lame actors who's just
Yeah,
faking it.
exactly.
Yeah. Is there some other source of creativeness that you would like to conquer? Like I don't know, painting or something like that.
Painting, I'm not great at. I have tried, I mean, I did just paint my room. Um,
That you know what? You're on your way.
I'm getting close.
Oh,
Uh,
and you're not. Are you a singer?
no, I'm not
Okay.
at all. And I've tried to go to some singing lessons and privates with people, but it just never improves. And so I realize I just wasn't born with that gift and I accept it. Um, but I would love to like go on stage and perform a musical or something. It'll just never happen in my life. Unless they need someone who's a bad singer. But yeah, painting's not great for me. I'm not good at that. I really love like I've been really into yoga recently.
Mm.
Um, I don't know how creative that is, but it's been really fun for me. I
Yeah.
crochet. I don't know
Okay.
if I did that last year. I like crocheting. I've been really into like home decor. My favorite thing in the world is just to go to thrift stores and like recreate things and find like the coolest stuff and put them in the house or just see what I can find at a thrift store. But yeah, just like home decor I've been really into because we're building a patio right now. Not
Hmm.
building, we're laying pavers down into a patio, and then we're gonna have like a I think our couch is supposed to come in tomorrow, but like a sectional couch and a fire pit and just like a place to lounge and relax outside. And so I've been really into like putting colors together for that. And I don't know. I'm all over the place with it.
No, once again, I've always been fascinated with homes and building homes and
Yeah.
selling homes and interior design. So, like, if I'm not on my computer, I'm chilling in front of the TV watching HGTV or DIY.
Yeah. Same.
Just, but my biggest pet peeve is I don't give a crap about any of the hosts. I just want to see the home remodel.
Oh yeah. I want to see at the end when they cut back from the old house to the new house. That's pretty much all I care about.
Right, right, exactly.
How it really changed. Yeah.
They always have the host who add a level of drama, or it's like get rid of them. Just give me the boring stuff of them guy hammering.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. I really like Fixer Upper though. I love Chip and Joanna. You don't. I think.
I no, it's not the. I think she has a wonderful eye. That like that I can't deny that. I
Yeah.
just don't trust them. There's something about them I don't trust. I don't. Anytime somebody appears to have the perfect life, I'm just that's what's wrong. What's in the background? How many? Like, do they have a fight club? Do they run a fight club? Like there's something that they do.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. That's part of the reason why I don't like Instagram is because I feel like everyone only posts the great stuff that's happening and like when
Right.
they look their best and all of that. And I try not to do that so much. I mean, I still, of course, will post pictures that I like and I think that I look good in. But other than that, I just try to be like a little bit more realistic on there. I'm not a huge fan of social media.
Yeah.
I just think it's a really unhealthy place it's in an unhealthy place right now, but I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, you definitely. I don't know. It's so weird to see how much social media has changed, just in the past couple of years, where it became, the thing that everybody relies on nowadays,
Yeah.
and it's scary. Yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know how you can't do it though. I'm amazed by that.
I'm just not addicted to it. Like if I'm on my phone, I'm on like the OfferUp app or like Facebook Marketplace looking at stuff I can buy or I have this app called Marco Polo, which is it's not like Snapchat. It's basically like texting but over video messages. So
Hmm.
you can video chat your friends and the video stays there forever. So you can go back and read and you can have groups. So I have a group with my old dance friends from home and like one of my best friends out here. We will just talk on that. And I really like it because it's like you're catching up with someone and you get to see them, but you don't have to FaceTime them and you don't have to text anything.
Right.
It's pretty great. I love that app. I love Pinterest.
Oh yeah. You know what? I could see you being all on Pinterest. Yeah.
I'm all about it. But
Oh
yeah,
god.
I don't really like spend my time that much on Instagram. I
Well,
yeah.
of course. Well, because you're too busy sleeping past 10.
Is
That's
that
when
when
all the
stuff?
Instagramming happens.
Yeah. Don't
Uh,
count on me for like not gonna happen.
but so I'm gonna give you the floor. Like this is your spot to say whatever you want. I know you've already said whatever you want,
Oh God.
but
I don't really
but
have
I'm I'm gonna put the pressure on you. Okay.
okay.
How are you with improv?
I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
I used to do groundlings.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
good with improv when I am in a scene and it needs to continue. So if I have some context before, um, or if I'm playing a character, I can improv a scene. But yeah, I'd say those are what I'm pretty good at. Groundlings was not my favorite.
Mhm.
I'm so happy that I did it. Um, but it just what like I've never dreamed of being on SNL or any of those, you know, comedy shows.
Right.
Maybe the host, of course, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that was never like my dream growing up. I definitely feel like I'm more of a dramatic actress. But yeah, I'd say I'm pretty decent at improv.
Okay,
I
okay.
like it's fun.
I was just asking just because I wasn't sure where you were at with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's fun.
But okay, so I'm going to give you the floor to say whatever you want. And do you want me to give you 30 seconds?
Wait, what do you want me? I don't know what to say.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I
see,
want I want you to follow your heart.
I literally can't think of anything to say other than I'm looking at this box
What?
across from my desk that had a bunch of popcorn in it, and I ate all the popcorn last night, and that's all I have.
You know what? That's good enough. That is good enough.
That was so stupid.
I
My
don't know.
gave me all this popcorn, and she was like, "It's the best popcorn," and I was like, "Whatever." I don't really even like popcorn that much, and it literally was the best thing ever. And I cannot remember the name of it, but
Oh, was it the stuff that's already popped, or you have to pop
yes,
it
it's
yourself?
already popped, and it's all
Uh-huh.
these great flavors. I'm gonna look at the bag. Hold on.
All right.
It's called Double Good. Have you heard of it?
Oh, I have not.
So they have this one flavor that's like a spicy cheddar, and it
Mhm.
tastes like hot Cheetos, like flaming
Whoa.
Cheetos.
Does,
It's so good.
does it leave your fingers the same way?
Yes, it does, which is really annoying.
Okay. And we all know from our last podcast that you're a cheese fiend.
Still am.
There we go.
Get over that, but I don't think it's ever gonna happen.
Now, okay, so now your next thing, you should make your own mozzarella.
How do you do that?
The internet, but so Oh, actually,
Are
the
you
why?
Italian?
Am I what?
Italian?
No,
Oh, okay.
I'm not mozzarella. No, I interviewed a guy long ago. He was in a band, but he made his own mozzarella, and he told me that it's the easiest of the cheeses to make because it only takes a couple hours versus months of the other ones.
Maybe I should try that.
You should do that and report back into next year.
Okay, I will do that.
All right.
Have you had some good guests on this year?
I so far I've been very fortunate. This year I had a gentleman from the band Wang Chung.
Wang Chung. Why do I know that?
They were a '80s pop punk band,
Okay.
and they
What's that name?
they like everybody Wang Chung tonight.
Oh,
If you if you heard their music, you would pretty
okay.
pretty know
Well,
them.
that's exciting. That's cool.
And I also got denied by Rick Springfield, which was very soul crushing.
Was it?
Yeah, because he's very traditional apparently.
That doesn't surprise me.
No, so but it was okay.
You'll get him one day.
I'm okay.
You could try him 4 years.
Yeah, I'm all right. I don't need Rick Springfield, and also I got a really nice check back later from Seth Rogen, so that was nice.
Okay. There you go.
It's all about the small victories.
Absolutely. I feel that way too. Hey,
But what's
you've
up?
done a lot of episodes.
Yeah,
Do you do one a week or?
I do one a week, except for when I have a ton of episodes backlogged, and then I'll release, like 2 to 3 a week.
Well, that's pretty incredible I mean, it's been 4 years since I talked to you. I assume
Yeah.
your cast was existing before that, but
So when this episode goes out, it'll be 6 years.
wow.
Yeah.
One a week for 6 years. That's a lot of people you've talked to.
Right. It's been fun though. That's the
huge.
nice thing.
I love that. I listen to a lot of podcasts and audiobooks and love them all.
Have you listened to anything by David Sedaris?
No.
He has a book out, or he has several books, but I forget his latest one. It's just stories that of the short stories that he compiled into a book. He has a wonderful voice, and he's so quirky. That
Does
I
he
think
read them?
he's what?
Does he read them on audiobook or
He,
something?
he does, yeah. He reads them, and then it'll cut to like a different story. Will be in front of a studio audience,
Oh,
and then another portion will just be him.
wow.
But yeah, David Sedaris, I think you'd
Wow.
enjoy him.
Yeah, I probably would.
There you go.
Good stuff.
But for the I have to thank you again for keeping up this now tradition.
Of course. Thank you. I mean, you were the one who emailed me, so this was all you for making it happen again.
Of course, it's I'm good with the emails. I could honestly say if podcasting has done one good thing for me, it's I can email.
You know how they email. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
yeah.
This has been fun. The reason why when we first started talking, I said I wonder what it, if I could go back to when we first talked 4 years ago, how different our voices or personalities might be. It's because I was watching this. Do you know who Billie Eilish is? She's
Yeah.
like new, hot stuff right now.
Mm-hmm.
There was this thing that she did with Vanity Fair where they posted a YouTube video interviewing her, but they had asked her the same questions the year before. And just like, it's pretty fascinating if you go watch it, because she's also going from, I believe it was 16 to 17. And that's a really young age, and you're changing a lot in that 1 year. And it was really fascinating to see like how she's changed as a person. Like, not only was she answering questions a little bit different, but just her personality is a lot different. It's pretty fascinating. You should watch it.
Okay. I'll definitely give it a look.
Yeah.
I would be one of those crazy people that would remember every question that they asked me. And
You would?
Yeah.
That's a talent, I think.
The math, the grammar, no, dumb questions. That's what I remember. But I know you're not addicted to it, but if people would like to keep up with you.
Yes. I mean,
online.
I do still post on Instagram. Like, I'm still there. My Instagram is Kate Carve, half of my first name, half my last name. CaitCarv.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much the only one that I kind of check. I have a personal Facebook that I'm not going to tell anybody.
That's fine.
I have
What's Facebook?
that I don't post on. I have a Twitter that I don't really post on, but I unfortunately read news. Like Paul Thomas Anderson is trending right now.
Uh-oh.
But my Twitter is also Kate Carve. I'm not on there a whole lot. I mostly just get on there to see what's happening in the world and get a little bit depressed about it.
But so if I'm looking to get rid of a hutch in my dining room, I can send you the link so you can take a look at it.
Sure.
All right, there we go. So send all your home goods to.
I live for this stuff. I love it.
There you go. Caitlin, thank you so much for chatting with me. I was worried that we weren't going to have anything to talk about, but you know what? We did it.
We figured it out. It's been 51 minutes. I hope that's long enough for your podcast episode.
Oh, the podcast is 30 minutes, so yeah, we're good.
Oh, okay, great. So you can cut out half of this.
No, it's all going out. All of it's going up. And you think I'm joking, but it's all going up.
That's great.
Even that whole story of you looking at the empty box of popcorn, that's going up.
Oh man.
Yeah. And you know, and that's going to be the most memorable thing you watch.
It will be. That's some good stuff.
But I'll let you go and do more work or drink more coffee and or water.
Okay. That sounds great.
But you have a wonderful day.
You too. Nice talking to you.
You too.
All right. Bye, Chris.
Bye-bye.